Okay, we are back with the second one, and this one is seven Afghan female taekwondo athletes to live in Australia after escape via Pakistan. So this is a good news, at least for these seven ladies, and it goes a long way to pay kudos to Australian um, government and Australian people that they have allowed this to happen. Your comments, please.
Well, as you know, after the fall of Afghanistan to the hand of the Taliban, one of the most suffering people in Afghanistan was the women of Afghanistan. When we talk about the women of Afghanistan, we should categorize them which women of Afghanistan. Where the majority of the women who are actually in any sort of public face, like sports, say journalism, media, actor in the civil society, even TikTokers, even Facebookers, even YouTubers, they had a lot of issues, and they was wanted to get out of Afghanistan. In fact, a lot of people are sending us, just they know me on Facebook that I'm in Australia, they normally sending us a lot of emails and texts and messages requesting to save us from the Taliban or from Afghanistan because their life is in danger. The 7 Afghan female taekwondo athletes is exactly the same people. They were the face of Afghanistan and the face of the sports of Afghanistan, the face of the women of Afghanistan in sport. So they were actually dangerous. Not just this woman, any other woman who are at the moment in Afghanistan, and they, whatsoever reason they are staying there, I think their life can be dangerous. Who knows? Because the Taliban at the moment, they say, well, we do something better. We are looking after the right of the woman, but we are not sure. Remembering their rule 21 years ago, they were against the woman, against the right of the woman, against the right of the even men. You have to have certain activities to be friendly with the Taliban. If you are doing something against that, then you're gone. You're in the jail. These women are obviously one of those lucky women, I think, who escaped, and we should thank to Australian government because they actually look after these people and a lot other more people who are actually on their way coming to Australia or are in Australia. So that a big shout to the Australian government, a big shout to the Australia Immigration Office, and we should thank them.
Yes, indeed, it is good, and hopefully their families and loved ones who are left behind, they will also be able to make it. And we appeal, at least you and I believe, have the right to appeal to Australian government to make sure that these ladies live here with their loved ones that may not be come to any harm in Afghanistan. And they, because they have such great talents, they will be a big asset for Australia. And I don't think the Australian taekwondo team is all that big. I'm not sure, but this will, whatever the size of the current Taliban taekwondo team is, these ladies will definitely be a big asset to that current team. So all around, it will be a win-win. And who knows, this could be a good bond building between current Taliban Afghani government, who at least at the surface appear to be a lot more softer compared to what their counterparts have been in 20 odd years ago. And I would say, at least for the media's sake, they will not carry out any harm to these ladies' loved ones out in Taliban, in Afghanistan. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Keep on talking about Taliban, where I'm in Afghanistan, which for some people may be the way to talk about, but that's not the reality. And we really wish that peace prevails, whoever it is allowed to prevail in Afghanistan and all around the world. So that's a big spiel from me, but I trust you agree with these sentiments.
Yes, I do. Actually, in terms of being an asset for Australia, I think these people were the biggest asset for Afghanistan.
Yes.
Afghanistan war need these people a lot. You know, these people are every single of the people who we see coming out of Afghanistan, whether they are sportsmen, sportswomen, doctors, engineers, you know, media personnel, they are all been in Afghanistan as assets. You know, the people of Afghanistan spend a lot of money that, you know, just to get these people to the stage they were today. The last 20 years, a lot of them studied there, they did universities, and suddenly everything was just broke down, and these people are now everywhere. And unfortunately, that's happened.
That's a good point you have raised, Brother Fahim, because you could have a situation, and I hope it turns around, that after a few years, when these ladies have become more experienced in achieving more, let's say, medals in taekwondo, and then are allowed to get back to Afghanistan to train the new talent and carry on so that it becomes more of a much more informed training for the newcomers compared to the current situation where everything is dependent on just these. So I think this could be a door opener for good relations between Australia and Afghanistan, and also scientific and sports setups that exist between the two countries. But I'm hoping and I trust this Suniyetau program is heard and watched by some of the government folks in Afghanistan, and I welcome you to present it to whoever would like to view this this program, and thank you for that in advance.
No worries, inshallah.
Inshallah.